Novel I wanted to talk about tonight is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge: A Crash of Fate by Zoraida Córdova, I think is how you say her name. This author is also responsible for a short story in the From a Certain Point of View collection of short stories. I think she wrote the story with the two women trying to get a ride somewhere, if I remember right. It was all right. The best way I can describe this book is, it happens on Black Spire Outpost. The best way I can describe this book is as a Hallmark movie in the Star Wars galaxy. That's honestly the best way I can describe this book. This is more of like a tweeny kind of novel in the Star Wars universe, like a teenage girl would be reading this. This is like, I don't want to say Twilight in the Star Wars universe. It's not that bad. It's... And don't get me wrong, this isn't necessarily a bad book. I'll give you the gist of it. So at the beginning of this book, there's a little boy and a little girl, just like 6 or 7 years old, and they're best friends. They're running around Black Spire Outpost, and all of a sudden the girl's family just up and leaves in the middle of the night, takes her with them, and they never get to say goodbye to each other. She comes back years later as a smuggler. He's still there. They bump into each other, and essentially from there on out, it's a love story. And it takes place in the course of a day. One day it takes place. In the morning, he thinks he's never going to see her again. Every day he wishes he'd see her again. She bumps into him around lunchtime, and then the rest of the story is that day. And by the end of it, they are together in love. They've confessed everything. Like, it's one of those books, right? This book takes place between episodes 8 and 9, and I think the end of the end of this book, the epilogue, is cutting into episode 9 because there's this huge space battle that appears above Black Spire Outpost, and it's the Resistance has come out of hiding and whatnot. So I think this butts right up next to the Rise of Skywalker. But this book, like I said, this one, you're not going to have to read this one to know what the hell's going on in anything else. You're not going to have to. This one, I'm going to put this one on the, I don't want to say the same level. Okay, let me change. Let me alter what I was going to say. I was going to say I want to put it on the same level as Most Wanted with Han and Kira. But that one's a lot lower than this one. This one actually had some parts in it that it was all right. But what I was talking about earlier, the reason I didn't care for the Black Spire story in the Myths and Fables, and because of this book, they are pushing this Galaxy's Edge thing so damn hard to the point I'm getting fatigue of Black Spire Outpost, and I'm worried that it's going to carry over to when I go to Galaxy's Edge for the first time. Hopefully it won't. It probably won't. But I can't help but wonder that right now because I'm soaking in so much Black Spire. I mean, it's crazy. Like, Thrawn Alliances was the first time we saw the planet Batu. Batu, however you say it. And then Galaxy's Edge opens up, and it's that same outpost, right? We get a mention of Black Spire and Solo, which I just noticed for the first time like 2 nights ago. I never noticed it before. When L337's telling Lando, oh yeah, you couldn't get from here to Black Spire without me. I never noticed that before. And then we had the short story of Myths and Fables. And now we've got Galaxy's Edge: A Crash of Fate. And then now the one I'm working on, it's literally called Black Spire. I'm working on this one right now. So I'm getting some serious Batu fatigue at this point. I'm getting to where I don't care about this outpost anymore, and I wish the First Order would just wipe it off the face of the planet. It's getting to that point. I mean, we had the 5-issue comic run of Galaxy's Edge. Like, it's just over. It's just hitting you over the head with this over and over. We get it. There's a Disney park called Galaxy's Edge. And I get it. It's Batu. Take that as you will. But I am starting, in this new canon, I'm starting to get kind of Black Spire Outpost fatigue. I really am. So far, I've read 1 chapter of Black Spire, and so far it's good because I haven't gotten to Batu yet. So I'll let you guys know how that one's going. Hopefully, I'll have a review for that one in the next week or 2. I'm not sure how long it's going to be before I get that one out. Consider if Jensen comes in the next couple weeks, I'm not going to have time to get that read as quickly as I did some of these other 3. So keep an eye out for that. But A Crash of Fate, this is one, like I said, you're not going to have to read to know what's going on in the universe. It's just 2 characters that are running around the galaxy together, and it's their story. It's not really connected to the overarching story at all. There's some like eye-rolling moments in it. You're just like, oh god, here we go. And there's a steamy scene. Well, I think I shouldn't say there's a steamy scene. There's the beginnings of a steamy scene that doesn't happen. So like it's really it really pushes that boundary quite a bit. And Jesus Christ, and some of the name, I don't want to say the names, but I mean the DJ from Galaxy's Edge is mentioned in this and whatnot. But like I said, it's over the course of a day, and these two people are in love. It's like when you watch The Little Mermaid as you get older, and she's like, "Daddy, I love him." No, you don't, bitch. Go do your homework. Like, really, that's essentially the feeling I was getting while I was reading this. So, definitely go check this one out if you're OCD and you want to read everything. If you don't need to read everything, you don't necessarily need to read this particular book. So, like I said, take that as you will. That's just my thoughts on it. And hopefully, I will get over this Black Spire fatigue. We'll see. But those are the 3 book reviews.